Welcome to Rom Wills, Money Matters. Consciously think about your spending in these times. This is very important. Consciously think about it because, as you know, one of the main things about this channel is money management. You got to consciously think about it, which means don't spend even a penny, not even a penny, without thinking about it first. Like, do you really need that extra pair of shoes? Do you really need those socks? Do you need that shirt? Shoot, do you need that new car? Do you need to get that little snack when you're in the checkout line at the store? I want y'all to think about it, because let me talk about the store piece. A lot of stuff is placed for you to buy it. There's a lot of stuff in there. It's specifically placed so that you think about buying it. They actually put some science back into this. And then when you're watching commercials, you have advertisers that sit in a room and figure out, okay, how can we get them to buy this thing? And a lot of times you don't need it, because, okay, like the car industry. A lot of times people don't need a new car. I never forget what this mechanic said. He said, keep your air filter clean and keep the oil changed. You can keep the car forever. And you know what? Yeah, there's other stuff that'll break on it and everything. But in general, as long as you keep the maintenance up, boom, you don't have problems. You do not have problems. In fact, I remember there was a car I had before the one I had now. I could have kept it a long time. But it was an older car when I got it. And actually what happened, it was just something rusted on the bottom. See, other than just real true wear and tear, it was well over 100,000 miles too. So, if you get a car for that, okay. But it kills me because you get people who will get new cars, because when you get the used cars, it's low mileage. Now, in one way you can say, hey, I'm grateful for that. But I was thinking about it in other ways. Did they really need a car? I mean, it's their money and everything, but think about it. Like the car I have now, it had less than 7,000 miles on it when I bought it. It was like, wow. You get some cars that get test driven more than that. But did they really need a new car? Because even with the car, it's like very few things. It's just regular wear and tear I've had to deal with since I've had it. Just regular wear and tear. But I wouldn't get a new car. Unless something significant happens to this one. Or I've had this one is heading on 200,000 miles. Because I'm like, for what? Because a lot of times, the only difference between a newer car and the older one is just a slight design change. Oh yeah, and that was actually been planned too. And then, of course, you got planned obsolescence with a lot of the stuff we have out here, so you have to get something new. But if you know how to fix it, you can keep something around a long time. But here's the point with it all. If you spend, just think about it. That's all. That's all. You might think, okay, I could use this, or it's like I have a very specific reason for buying this piece of equipment or something. Like I have some exercise equipment out in my garage. And I haven't been on it in maybe a week or so, but I was thinking about it. I was like, why did I get this? Oh, yeah, that's right. A very specific reason that could lead to money and everything. Oh, man. Plus, I promote body games. So I was like, well, okay. Or even like the shirts I wear. Because y'all see me wearing the polos and the Lacoste and everything. That's actually a business thing. Because as I've said several times, outside of doing a video, looking a certain way on videos, which brings money, which is my justification for buying it, even clothes. I dress very plainly and might wear the same 3 or 4 pants, 3 or 4 shirts out, except when the seasons change, then I get like a warmer version. But I was looking at most of the clothes that I have that are more fancy, and they're for business. They're for business, looking good on a video. But even then, I was conscious about it. I said, okay, this is more for the image, not for what I need right now. And even then, when I pay for some of the stuff that looks more expensive, I specifically would get them at outlets when they're on sale. So a $100 polo shirt, I might get it for $25. So, you know, that's the thing, but I'm thinking about it. Because every time I spend, I think, okay, is it an investment? Okay, I'm gonna get this food. Why am I getting this food? Okay, well, I have to eat. You know, like to enjoy it sometime. Okay, all right. It serves a purpose, you know. Now, I'm gonna admit, every now and then I'll get some just because my eyes were bigger than my stomach, but not as much. And try to limit that. I say, try to limit that to like every now and then. It's gonna happen. But even then, make sure you have the money for it. Now, if you don't really have the money for it, don't do it. And you need to really consciously think about, especially in these times, because there's so, you know, I don't care what the propaganda is, oh, the economy is great and all that. It always depends on who you listen to. And the fact of the matter is, when you have so many people being laid off, so many people being evicted, there's some issues. So, and you can still live well, but that's the whole point of managing your money. You don't want to have it come in and go right back out. Think about where it's going. Think about it. You want to manage it. You want to spend, especially in these times. Now, I'm going to be real. These times are not going to last. And that's just the nature of things. You're going to have good times and bad times. So when you have good times, really think about your money. Save what you can. Invest what you can in a business, or if you have something to invest it in. Because then when you have the lean times, you have plenty of money. And even during the better times, if you're still disciplined with how you spend money, you keep it and you can do the things you really want to do, like you really need the money for. I want you to think about that. Just sit back and think about it. That's all I'm saying. Just think about it. Don't spend it willy-nilly. I've seen too many people, they just spend stuff and I'm like, what'd you get that for? What did you need that for? They spent it because they had it. Then they started getting calls from the credit cards company. In fact, that's why so many people have credit card debt, because they really spending money they don't really have. So you got to be conscious of it, because I don't care what it is, you still won't pay it at some point. It's just a question of when. All right. So I want y'all to think about that. And as always, though, let's go make that money.